Almighty Allah, Lord of the worlds, reveals Himself in the Holy Quran. This film has been produced in order to introduce Allah, Lord of the earth and sky, by the names revealed in the Quran. However, it is of course impossible for a mere human being to fully grasp the titles of our Lord who created the universe, all living things, human beings, and all matter. This film describes only facts that appear in the Quran, because we human beings know nothing about the lovely names of Almighty Allah, apart from what He teaches us in the Quran. That which lies outside our knowledge is of course, like everything else, hidden in the sight of Allah. In one verse we are told that, I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan. They said, Glory be to you, we have no knowledge except what you have taught us. You are the all-knowing, the all-wise. Al-Asim, the Protector. I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan. He, his son, said, I will take refuge on a mountain. It will protect me from the flood. He said, there is no protection from Allah's command today except for those He has mercy on. Human beings are helpless creatures. They may face difficulties of all kinds at any moment. For example, the earth is a place where natural disasters can strike at any time. Floods, hurricanes, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions are all quite common. There are also events that can cause psychological troubles. There is one reality that must not be forgotten in the face of all these. No matter how much a person may strive to free himself from these weaknesses, he can never be protected against anything that may befall him unless Allah so wills. Allah the Compassionate is a person's only protector. This is revealed as follows in a verse. I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan. Say, who rescues you from the darkness of the land and sea? You call on Him humbly and secretly. If you rescue us from this, we will truly be among the thankful. Allah rescues you from it and from every plight. Then you associate others with Him. The majority of people seek help from Allah when they are left all alone, or when the material means at their disposal cannot help them. But when Allah rescues them, they then become ungrateful and forget what happened to them. People who fail to understand they can find no other protector than Allah in this world, and who persist in ingratitude despite all of His help, will suffer eternal punishment in the hereafter. Allah reveals this as follows in the Quran. I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan. As for those who show disdain and grow arrogant, He will punish them with a painful punishment. They will not find any protector or helper for themselves besides Allah. Al-Ba'ith, the Waker, the Resurrector, the Sender of Prophets. I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan. How can you reject Allah when you were dead and then He gave you life? Then He will make you die, and then give you life again. Then you will be returned to Him. Everyone alive today, or who has ever lived, is mortal. Everyone will one day die and be buried. But despite this evident truth, the great majority of people think very little about the fact they will one day die and then be resurrected, after being buried in the ground. Indeed, according to the Quran, many people attach little credence to the idea at all. I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan. They will say, are we to be restored to how we were? when we have become perished, worm-eaten bones? The answer to this question, asked in a state of terrible error, is provided in these words in the Quran. I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan. He makes likenesses of us and forgets his own creation, saying, "Who will give life to bones when they are decayed?" Say, "He who made them in the first place will bring them back to life. He has total knowledge of each created thing." Allah is He who creates and builds all people for the first time. He has created everyone who has ever lived with different characteristics. So much so that many features of every individual, right down to his fingertips, are different to those of everyone else. There is no doubt that Allah, who created these for the first time, could have created them in the same way for a second, a third, or countless times, had He so wished. Allah shows us evidence of this in the restoration of life that takes place on earth. Nature experiences a kind of death, beginning every fall. This death lasts right through the winter. But when spring arrives, bright blossoms and green leaves again appear on the dry branches of trees. All of nature returns to life and flourishes. In addition, this restoration to life has been going on uninterruptedly for thousands of years. It is an easy matter for Allah to bring human beings back to life after death. Allah notes the similarity between the resurrection of human beings and that of nature in this verse from the Quran. I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan. So look at the effect of the mercy of Allah, how He brings the dead earth back to life. Truly, He is the one who brings the dead to life. He has power over all things. Another meaning of Allah's title of Al-Ba'ith is He who sends prophets. Allah has sent messengers to warn people and give them glad tidings, and call them to the true path. He also revealed books to lead people from the darkness to the light. To some of these envoys, there is no doubt that this is a great blessing from Allah. In one verse of the Quran, Allah reveals, I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan. Allah showed great kindness to the believers when He sent a messenger to them from among themselves, to recite His signs to them and purify them and teach them the book and wisdom, even though before that they were clearly misguided.